But two other things are true. Are you continuing to do that as long as you live, which captures the aorist tense of the verb? And are you someone out here who has not done that yet? So, are you someone who thinks you may have done that? So really that becomes a theological question built in the larger framework of the passage as opposed to just being bound up in a single word.
So it really comes across exactly the same in English.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much. Although, again, this is one of those passages that has been misunderstood. There are a lot of people who say, well, when I walked that aisle when I was 6 years old, I presented myself.
And there's the aorist.
Right. Well, that's truly past tense. I did it. Closed case. Done. I did it. That's a misunderstanding of the aorist tense in that the aorist tense can take a long time. Given that Paul's speaking about presenting our bodies as living sacrifices, we then have to ask ourselves, how long are we going to be living? It's not that we present ourselves one time as a living sacrifice and that's it. You're done. You have no more responsibility to God to sacrifice anything. No, if you know anything at all about the Christian life, our life is one full of sacrifices. It's full of sacrifices. It's full of willing sacrifices, because that which we might do otherwise, we don't do because we love Christ. You see, but again, that drifts over into the theological realm. Remember, we're just parsing verbs right now. We're not building a theology, a complete theology yet. So, but anyway, those are good thoughts. What about the active? What is implied there?
You're the one that should be doing it.
Yeah.
Nobody could do it for you.
Yeah. You're the one doing it. You do it. Okay. Infinitive? What's an infinitive? It's another clue. What's an infinitive? If you look back on your little chart there, where did I put it?
It's not there. Oh, there it is on the top of the next page. Above verbal tenses.
I don't even see it.
It's on like the third page.
Top.
Yeah, it's described as a verbal noun.
Up here.
Next to the last page on the top. Human two-sided pages next to the last page.
No, up here at the top.
So the last page on the top.
You know what? I think I missed a page. Which is okay. I can do that. Oh, there it is. It's on the bottom of mine.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, read that. The Greek infinitive is the form of the verb that's usually translated in English with the word to attached to it, often used to complement another verb. It can be used to function as a noun and therefore is referred to as a verbal noun. Okay? So what do we gain from that? Understanding. Kind of like Jim said a minute ago, not a whole lot. It's just the act of presenting. It's almost, to understand the infinitive, to make oneself a present of sacrifice before God. To actively do it one time, continued results, to present. Okay? What else do we learn from that? Not a whole lot. I mean, it's not really a point of contention in the passage either. What's the next verb that we see there? Guys, anyone want to take a stab at that one?
Zosan?
Yep. Zosan. What does that mean?
Living.
Living.
Living. Okay. Living. Zoe is the Greek root for that, which means life. Okay. Now, what tense is it in? It's in the present tense.
Present, active, participle.
Okay. Participle. Singular. Not really important, but it is singular in number. After all, we We are called to live. That's where the present tense comes from, right? It's a participle, though. What does that imply?
Again, it's really not tied to
ING.
number, right?
Right. Be living. Now. That's where our meaning comes in. It's in the active voice. Be living now. Is there any time in your life where now doesn't apply?
Then-
No, because no matter when I say it,
Right.
now is now.
Maybe
Except not anymore.
right
Now, the now I just said is then. Except for now. There it went. It's gone again. I can say it again now. Poof, it's gone. But so there's, that's funny, but I say that to make a point. The point the apostle's trying to get across is you're to present your bodies as a living sacrifice. First of all, you're to present your bodies as a living, or as a sacrifice. What kind of sacrifice? A living sacrifice. When? Now. Is this a statement of when you're supposed to present your bodies as a sacrifice, or is this a statement defining the characteristic of the life that's given as a sacrifice? Remember, it's a verbal noun.
Well, in the context too, a sacrifice is something that was slain.
Exactly. Something that was slain, but its effects.
So you got to
continue.
qualify it, but you got to qualify it. This is not just,
Yep. You could actually bundle this all up and say that Paul is calling us to a life of sacrifice. That's what you get when you boil it all down and come out the other end of parsing these verbs.
so now we're boiled sacrifices.
Yeah. Now we're boiled sacrifices, right? But we're to live a life of sacrifice. How long? When? Now. I'm not going to go through all that again. But it is very important. Now, what's the next verb there? This is a tongue twister.
It's like super calcium.
Anybody want to take a stab at that one?
Nope.
Suske matidzisthe. Take my word for it. I'm not even going to write it down. What does it mean?
To be conformed.
Okay? What does it mean?
To be conformed.
No.
Oh, that's what it said
That's what
there.
it says here.
Yeah, but they're using the root word in
Oh.
defining the word.
Is conformed.
Got to take into consideration what kind of word it is.
So it's-
What's the mood of the word? Actually, let's go in order because I put the chart the wrong way. What's the tense?
Present tense.
Okay, it's present.
Middle
Okay, middle voice.
And then imperative.
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 Second person plural.
Okay, second person plural. Okay, it's in the present tense. Now, it's in the middle voice. You do it yourself. For yourself. To yourself. That's the correct understanding of the middle voice. It's something you're doing for yourself. It's imperative. Command. Non-negotiable. Okay?